Good morning, my dear students. First of all, before starting my class, I would like to wish you all of you that wish a very happy Varamakashmi festival as well as Bakrid. In my last class, we have discussed the very important concept of this chapter, that is principles of management. We have been discussed. In today's class, I am going to discuss an important concept of this chapter and last concept. Today I am going to start with scientific management. What is the scientific management? There are many industries, there are many factories, there are many multinational companies, production companies, sales companies, finance companies, many companies who are leading in this world, who are handling the business, who are carrying the business, they will be following scientific method. What is this scientific method? Each and every company need profit, each and every company need money, each and every company want to develop, each and every company want to expand their business, each and every company want to go in, they should grow like anything in this world. So here in today's class we are going to discuss about scientific management. There are many scientific methods which is followed by companies in order to develop the organization. In order to develop the organization, what are those scientific methods or those scientific techniques or tools which is followed by the organization, which we are going to look for today. Here I am going to start with scientific management. What is the scientific management? This concept has brought by F.W. Taylor. Who has brought this concept? F.W. Taylor. He is the father of scientific management. There will be one more question for you. Who is the father of scientific management? The father of scientific management is F.W. Taylor. He has brought the concept called F.W. Taylor thought that scientific analysis of work would be possible only through scientific work. What he is telling here, F.W. Taylor is the father of scientific management. F.W. Taylor thought that, what he has thought? He thought that scientific analysis is nothing but scientific tools, scientific methods which would be work possible only through the scientific work. If we are following the scientific analysis, it will help, it will possible only through scientific work. And also Taylor always opposes the rule of thumb. What Taylor do here? Taylor always opposes the rule of thumb. Let us go very important. What is the exact meaning of scientific management? Exact meaning of scientific management means there will be two more questions for you. What is the meaning of scientific management? Scientific management means according to F.W. Taylor. According to F.W. Taylor, he is going to know the exact what man is doing, what employees are doing, what managers are doing, what owners are doing in the organization. Here, according to F.W. Taylor, knowing exactly what men or what employees or what managers are doing in the organization and seeing whether they do it in the best way and cheapest way. See here, very easy question, very easy point. According to F.W. Taylor, scientific management means what exactly a person is doing, what exactly a manager is doing, what exactly a worker is doing in the organization, whether to do the work in the best way and the cheapest way. That is called scientific management. Here there are four scientific methods which has developed by F.W. Taylor. Let us go one by one. Principles of scientific management. There will be question for you, 4 marks. Let us go one by one. First principle. What is the first principle? Science is not rule of thumb. Science is not rule of thumb. This is the first principle which has developed by F.W. Taylor. Here, scientific management is the best way to increase the productivity. Scientific management is the best way to increase the profitability and efficiency of the organization. That is the first principle as developed by F.W. Taylor. But then science is not rule of thumb. Exactly, science is the only best way to increase the productivity, profitability and efficiency. And it is not a rule of thumb. It is not a rule of thumb. What is a rule of thumb? What is the meaning of rule of thumb? Rule of thumb is nothing but solving. There will be many problems, there will be many issues, there will be many problems may arise in the organization. What is the rule of thumb means? Rule of thumb is nothing but solving industrial problems by personal judgment of owners or managers is called rule of thumb. If any problem has been arised in the organization, if any issue has been arised in the organization, means if any person or any manager or any owner, if he is taking the decision by his own, then that rule, that method, that problem solving technique is not applicable in the organization. If he follows the scientific methods, scientific tools, scientific strategies, then only he can solve the problems. That is the point he is telling. Science is not rule of thumb. Science is nothing but if he follows the scientific tools, he will be increasing the productivity, profitability and efficiency of the organization. It is not a rule of thumb. Rule of thumb means if a manager or owner or employee, if he is taking the decision by his personal means, that is not applicable in the organization, according to F.W. Taylor. Next, what is the second principle has been developed by Taylor? Harmony, not discard. Harmony is nothing but harmonious relationship between managers and employees. Harmony is nothing but harmonious relationship between managers and employees. There should be good relationship between top level management, middle level management and lower level management. There should be good relationship between the managers and workers. Managers should understand the workers' problem. Workers should understand the managers' problem. There should be good cooperation between them. Both are very important to the organization. Managers are also important to the organization. Employees are also important to the organization, which means there should be good communication, good cooperation, good relationship between the employees in the organization. What is this? Not discard, which means for this purpose, Taylor introduced the concept of mental revolution. If there should be good relationship between the manager and employee, during that, the Taylor has been introduced one concept. That concept is called mental revolution. What is mental revolution? Mental revolution is nothing but complete. Mental revolution means complete change of mindset of workers towards organization. What is the meaning of mental revolution? Mental revolution means complete change in the mindset and attitude of worker towards organization. The manager should change the mindset, attitude of the workers towards the organization is called mental revolution. Next, third point, very important point, cooperation, not individualism. Cooperation, not individualism. Cooperation is nothing but there should be good cooperation between workers and managers. There should be good communication between managers and workers. No individualism. There is not a person who is working in the organization individually. Everyone is working. All the employees are working. All the managers that is called there should be good cooperation between among employees and managers. There should be two-way communication between them, not individualism. We are not working individually in the organization. We are working in a group. So that is the reason we should be in a good cooperation. There should be good communication between the managers and employees. That is the third principle has been developed by F.W. Taylor. Let us go for the last point, last principle which has developed by F.W. Taylor. What is that fourth principle? Development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. That is the fourth point. What is the fourth point? Development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. Every organization want to develop. Every organization want to increase their productivity. Every organization want to increase their profit, increase their marketing strategies, increasing their name and fame. That is called development. Development is nothing but each and every organization want to success within a given period of time. Want to develop each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. Here the organization are always giving motivation, are always encouraging, are always giving training to employees for the development of employees and to be take them in a greatest way and in a efficiency and prosperity way. F.W. Taylor is telling that the organization always developing, always giving trainings, always encouraging, always motivating to the workers to work in the organization in a greatest way for the efficiency and prosperity of the organization. I hope all of you have been understood the scientific management concept for the day. Thank you so much. The last topic which I will cover you in the next class. If I cover the topic, the second chapter will be closing in a next class, and you have to maintain the notes for each and every class which I am doing for you. Thank you so much. Thank you.